full face of Primark makeup. I'm not gonna give anything away, but I'm sat here and I am obsessed with this makeup look. And for all of the products totaling £28, which is like 55 Australian dollars, strap yourself in because this is gonna be a fun one. And if you do enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel right down below if you have not already. And if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look right here, then just keep on watching. Let's do some makeup. I'm so excited. Other than obviously just like the little get ready with me's at the start of vlogs, I feel like I haven't done makeup on this channel in so long. And I don't know, I keep seeing everywhere all over social media that 2024 is the new 2016. And if I think back to what 2016 entailed for me, it was heavy makeup and lots of tutorials. So first things first, makeup headband. I'm pretty sure it's from Temu. I will try and find a similar one and link it down below, along with every single product that we are going to be talking about today, which all of them are from Primark. I am so excited because all of you loved my previous Primark haul where I shared with you a bunch of my bits and pieces that I've picked up since moving to the UK. And after seeing how much you all love that video, I was like, right, makeup one is next, and I'm genuinely so excited. So I picked up pretty much every single step of my makeup routine. The total of all of this came to £28, which is roughly 56-ish Australian dollars, which is so incredibly affordable for a full face of makeup, which is what I got. Like primer, foundation, contour, blush, highlight, brows, mascara, absolutely everything. Just looking in this bag makes me so excited. There's so many fun things, and I feel like I haven't sat down and tried out a bunch of new makeup in so long, and it used to be my favorite thing. So the first step that I usually do in my makeup routine is my base. So I always put down some sort of moisturizer or primer so that all the rest of my products glide on my skin a little bit easier. So the first product that I picked up to do just that is the vitamin enriched moisturizing primer, which I'm super excited about because in this dry as fuck freezing cold country, my skin has been hating me. Not so much in terms of breakouts and stuff like that, but it's just been so dry. So I'm really hoping that the moisturizer in this product is nice and thick and does what a moisturizer is supposed to do. So this is £4.50, which equates to like 8 or 9 Australian dollars. So let's give it a go. I'm so excited. Can you guys tell that this is like fully bringing me back to old YouTube days, which I always talk about? I will always be the biggest advocate for old school YouTube, and that's what this is giving me. Filming this whole video and editing it and uploading it for you all is genuinely gonna be filling my cup so much. So thanks for being here with me while I fill my cup up today. This is your reminder to do something to fill your cup up today as well. I'm kind of just like putting it on like I would a normal moisturizer or primer. Obviously I've never used this before, so I don't know how much to use. Also, can we just talk about the packaging? I think the packaging of this is so luxurious. Okay, I'm just gonna use my fingers to blend that in. It definitely feels moisturizing. That is the very first thing that I'm noticing. Because the formula is so thick, it feels like really hydrating on my skin, which is exactly what I wanted and exactly what I need. In terms of like tackiness for the primer side of it, it doesn't feel too sticky. But then again, my regular primer that I use from SheGlam, that doesn't go tacky either. So I guess we'll just have to see how it wears throughout the rest of the day. Next up is foundation, and the foundation that I decided to pick up is the PS My Perfect Color Illuminating Foundation in the shade Cashew, which I have my fingers and toes crossed that it will match me at my current skin tone. Unfortunately, my tan from back home has almost completely gone, which RIP. That genuinely makes me so sad, so we're not gonna talk about it. So this is one of a couple of different foundations that Primark had. To me, this one looked the nicest. It looked the bougiest, and it also was the most expensive. So this one was £6, which equals around 12 Australian dollars, which on average is what I would say that you would pay at any regular drugstore for any other like cheap brand foundation. But yeah, I'm super excited to give it a go. I'm almost out of my usual foundation, so I really hope that this works and matches me and looks good. So once again, A+ for packaging. I think it's really cute. The matte glass bottle always to me makes things seem so much more bougier than what they actually are. And I've just taken off the lid, and I really appreciate the fact that there is a pump on this. It's 2024. I don't know why there is certain foundations out there that do not come with pumps, because it's just, in my opinion, it's just the best way to be. So I think I'm just gonna apply it straight from the bottle onto my face. I'm just gonna get a little bit. Okay, here we go. So what I normally do and why I like pumps is because you literally, no mess involved, straight on. Also, looking at my skin, I do feel like that primer has kind of like blurred a lot of my pores and stuff like that. I wouldn't say evened out my skin tone, but like created a very nice flat base. I'm just gonna go in with a sponge for the foundation, and let's see how full coverage she is. Also, I feel like perfect color match. First impressions, it smells kind of funky. I'm not a huge fan of the scent, but in terms of the actual product itself, I think it's a really natural medium coverage foundation. You definitely can see through it. Like, as you can see here, I still have a little tiny bit of a mark on my chin from where I fell down the stairs. If you don't follow me on Instagram, or if you haven't seen any of the other vlogs, I fell down the stairs a few weeks ago. I'm so fired, but it was a whole thing. There's still the tiniest little bit of a mark, and you can just see it through that first layer of foundation. But I also don't think it's done a horrible job of covering it up. Like, I would probably still leave the house like that, maybe put a tiny bit of concealer on, but other than that, it feels really lightweight on the skin, and I'm a massive fan of the coverage. For me, at the moment, in my everyday life, I'm not looking for a foundation that is super full coverage. I very rarely wear makeup these days, which is so sad because I genuinely do love doing it so much. But I don't know, you just kind of, you get older and, you know, your skin starts to look older, and makeup doesn't always look as great as what it once did. So now for me, when I do want to put on makeup, I don't want something that's like super heavy and cakey. So yeah, I don't know, I think that this coverage is perfect. As you get older, you kind of just realize there is like the need for that is not there. If I feel like doing full glam, full face because I want to sit down and enjoy the process, I will. Otherwise, a foundation like this is perfect for me. I genuinely think that this is going to be my new go-to everyday foundation. Moving along, the next product that I did pick up is a contour stick. So this is the PS My Perfect Color Moisturizing Foundation Plus Contour Stick, and I picked it up in the shade Honey. So this is what it looks like. This one cost me £3, which to me is an extremely affordable contour foundation stick. I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to get the plastic off of this. So, oh my god, there's even like a little seal over the top of the product, so you definitely can tell that this is brand new, never before been touched. So like I said, this is in the shade Honey. I had absolutely no idea what color contour to get. There was so many different colors because they're literally just like foundation sticks. So we're just gonna hope for the best here, and I'm going to just do my cream contour as I always would. I might just start with half my face though. I normally just do my cheekbones, my hairline, on the side of my nose. I sometimes put a little bit in my crease, and I'll do like the tiniest bit just on that part of my jawline because I feel like my face is kind of square, and I like to cut off those square edges and kind of try and make my face look a little bit more oval. I'm then just going to use my same sponge and pray to the universe that it doesn't dry really quick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, stop. Is this gonna replace my current contour stick? First impressions is that this product is so incredibly creamy. Even just applying it to my face, it just glided on really smoothly. Sometimes with foundation sticks, if you apply them straight to your face and they're not super smooth and creamy, it can like pick up your foundation and everything from underneath. I don't really think that this one seemed to do that. Stop. stop. I think I actually really like that. I'm gonna quickly do the other side so that I can feel a little bit more complete. Oh, no, stop, because why do I really like it? Oh, honestly, this just goes to show that you do not need the most expensive and bougie products to create a really nice looking makeup routine. I'm so obsessed. I feel like my base looks so flawless, but in such a natural way. Nothing looks cakey or like too much. Obviously you can tell that I'm wearing makeup. I'm not doing like a no makeup look, but it doesn't look cakey or like I've just applied a lot for the sake of applying a lot. You have no idea how excited this makes me. Moving on, the next step in my everyday makeup routine would be concealer. So I picked up the My Perfect Color Liquid Concealer. This says that it's medium coverage, and the one that I picked up is in the shade number 2. So I always try and go for one of the lightest concealers just because I do really like the bright under eye look. Here we go again with the plastic packaging. That is going to take me forever to get off. Come on. So this is what she looks like. Like I said, I picked it up in the number 2 shade. So this is what the little applicator tip looks like. I think the only issue that I'm gonna have with this is the size. I feel like it looks itty bitty, like very, very tiny, which is fine, but it just takes a little bit longer to put on, which at the end of the day, I don't care. Oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It just seems very, very thin. I normally use the Tarte Shape Tape. It is by far my favorite concealer ever. This applicator is so small, I'm having to like re-dip into the pot heaps of times to get the amount that I want on my face. Let's see how it blends. I really want to like it. I really want to like it. So far, I think for highlighting purposes, it's doing a good job. It's brightening the areas where I'm putting it. I don't know, I think out of everything that I've used so far, this is my least favorite. I think it definitely took a little bit of coverage away on my chin here, and I think that it's kind of making my base look a little bit cakey, which so far with all the products that I was using, it wasn't looking like that. If you're looking for something super full coverage, I don't know if this is the concealer for you. Will I be repurchasing that concealer? No. Whereas so far, I probably would repurchase everything else that I've tried. So the next thing that I picked up is some loose baking powder, which I actually am almost out of my everyday setting powder. So I really hope that this one works and looks nice, because if so, this will be going into my everyday makeup bag. Once again, watch me struggle with the plastic for way longer than I should. So this was £3, which again equals about $6 Australian, and this says that it is a loose baking powder. I am going to use it to bake my T-zone, and then I'm just going to use whatever is left over on my brush to kind of just set the rest of my face. Pat out those creases and then just stamp on this powder. I'm not going to worry too much about blending it in. It does say that it's a baking powder. We're gonna bake it on, trust the process. So first impressions so far, I think, I don't know, for me it's so hard to review or give my opinions on a loose setting powder, because you really can't go wrong with it. If you go wrong with a loose setting powder, then like, what are you doing? You know? But it's not clinging to any of the sticky parts of my foundation. I'm finding where I pressed it into my skin and am now blending it out, it's not like sticking and leaving any like weird shadows or marks. I think it's setting my makeup really beautifully, but I don't know what else to really tell ya. But I don't think it's looking too bad. Yay! Again, I don't love it as much as the foundation and the contour stick, but I definitely do like it more than the concealer. So next step in my everyday makeup routine would be a powdered contour or bronzer. So the one that I picked up was only £1. That's $2. 2 freaking dollars for a bronzer. They did have 3 different shades and I picked up the shade Fearless, I think. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma large angled contour brush. This is the F40 and I'm just gonna give it my best shot. Hopefully it's not too pigmented. It doesn't seem to have much kickback, so I'm just gonna go around all the places where I put the cream. First impression, not very pigmented at all. Obviously you can see that it's done something, but I like digged my brush in a lot and I'm like tapping it off just to make sure that I don't apply a lot of product and I am being really careful when I go in. Okay, I feel like that is picking up really awful on camera. I promise it doesn't look like that in person. It's definitely like a pigmented product. Like as you can see, I've gotten a lot of color off of it, but yeah, definitely not as pigmented as my current bronzer that I'm using at the moment. Color wise, I really like the color. It is a little bit warm, but your girl needs as much color as she can get at the moment. Honestly, this is making me feel like really nice and tanned, which I've been missing my tan, you guys, especially on my face. I feel like as soon as my face tan goes away, I'm not the same bitch. I think that blended on top of all of the cream products really well. The only downside though is that there is only 3 shades, so I did find it pretty difficult to pick a shade that would work for me because I am naturally very pale. For £1, I like it a lot. So the blush that I picked up is called High Pigment Blusher in the shade Desire, and this was only £1.50. This is a smaller pot, but honestly it takes me so long to get through blush. Is anyone else like that? I have had the same Shein blush, which hasn't even got a lid on it at this point for so long. Like blushes, I don't think I've ever run out of a blush ever. So this is what the color looks like. It's got a tiny bit of shimmer in it, which I do like to a blush. I like a blush that has some sort of shimmer for the days when I do want to be a little bit more natural and I don't want to put highlighter on. The brush that I'm using is from when I did my online makeup course, so she's old, but I think this is just like a contour brush, but I really like it for blush. So I'm gonna go in with caution because I feel like it might be pretty pigmented. Oh no, I don't know if I like it. Okay, it's like very pink, which is not typically my vibe. I think a little bit definitely goes a long way. I'm gonna put like a little tiny bit on this for my nose. I definitely put way too much on this side. So definitely go in with a light hand if you are planning on purchasing this. If you love blush and you like a bright blush, you will love this. I guess in comparison to the color blush that I use every day, it's a little bit more peachy, it's a little bit more neutral. I think maybe that's where I went wrong in picking the colors, but I do think that it's pretty. I think it gives like a little bit of a glow, as you can see on my cheek there. I think the actual product works well. It just comes down to personal preference when picking the color. So in terms of highlighter, the Primark that I went to didn't have any powdered highlights, which is what I normally would use. So I might go in with one of my own powdered highlights a little bit later, but they did have these highlighter drops, which I probably should have put on before I put powder on my face, but you live and you learn. I'm just an average gal, okay? Forgot to put it on first, but I think if I use my beauty blender and go in like with a very light hand, I still will be able to use this on top of the powder. This is where all you makeup girlies are sitting there at home like, no. Don't put liquid over top of powder. And I know that is the normal rule, okay? These are just so incredibly beautiful. I think the packaging is amazing. Okay, so the formula of these is quite thick. Like it's not runny at all. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit on the back of my hand and I'm going to use my beauty blender, which is wet. I feel like I want to emphasize that. I don't think that this would work if it wasn't wet. And I'm going to use the base of my sponge so I don't get the tip of my sponge where I like do my foundation all shimmery. I'm just going to like bounce off a bunch and then go, oh my god, that is a lot. Oh no, that is intense. I don't think I like that at all. That is way too intense for me. I'm taking like an even smaller amount. Oh god, it's like chunky glittery too. No, I had like the highest hopes for those. So this is the first product that I have put on my face during this video, where I am now sat here and I'm like, I don't think I can go out of the house with this on my face, which is so sad because I was really enjoying this look so far. Even with the products that I haven't been obsessed with, I was still, you know, happy and confident to go out of the house like this. I think I might just try and use my old brushes over top. I don't know if this would look like really beautiful underneath foundation. I'm now going to do some eyebrows. The eyebrow product that I picked up is called the 3-in-1 Brow Pencil. This is one of 2 products. They did have a cheaper eyebrow product for £1, but it was literally just an eyebrow pencil. And I figured realistically, if I was to pick up an eyebrow product, I really like the ones that are like this, that have the pencil, the powder, and also gel as well. Why are all these products so hard to open? I'm just a gal who wants to use the new product. Oh no, the lid just came off and the pencil side is so thick. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. I'm gonna have to turn it to the pointed side and just kind of like try and draw with that. We also have a powder section which looks like this. Interesting. I don't really know how you would use that. And then we have, oh cute, a little brow gel which is like tiny. So I'm gonna go in with the pencil side and I'm just gonna attempt to do my eyebrows as I always do. Oh my god, okay, smooth and creamy. Not an awful color match. I got the color just brown. I think there's only like 3 or 4 colors to choose from though. That kind of slays, right? I feel like that's pretty intense, like when you see that eyebrow compared to that eyebrow, but like that's a structured brow. My favorite eyebrow product at the moment is from Shein and it's literally like $2. It is the best eyebrow pencil that I have ever used. I think this one is a little bit more difficult to use because it is so chunky, but if I like randomly run out and I don't want to wait for an order to come from Shein, I will have no issue at all going to Primark and picking up one of these to use instead. The brows are obviously very defined, but that is how I personally like them. But I'm now going to go in with the gel. Okay, that was a little bit too much. Okay, definitely think I'm going to stick to using this towards the tail end of my brow because I do like the front to be like a little bit wispy. I think on a day where I want to do like no makeup, which to me just involves doing my eyebrows and putting on some mascara, I think that the eyebrow gel in this little trio will be perfect to just like put through my brows without having to go to the extra effort of filling them in with the pencil as well. So I think this product is definitely up there with one of my favorites out of everything that I've picked up. I know my eyebrows look crazy, okay? I feel like I'm gonna get comments saying that my eyebrows look crazy, but just wait until I finish the eyes and I take this crazy headband off. So we are now down to the last couple of products and we are also moving on to eyes. So for eyes, I have this cute little eyeshadow palette here. This was £2.50 and this is what it looks like. So day to day, I'm not typically an eyeshadow gal. If you've been around for a while, I definitely used to be. I used to love an intense, fun, full glam eyeshadow look, but day to day for me now, that is not typically what I go for. But I didn't want to do a first impressions makeup video without doing some sort of eyeshadow look involved in it as well. So I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy blending brush and I think I'm just going to grab a mixture of the 2 middle matte shades and I'm just going to place a mixture of those colors all throughout my crease. Oh, okay, cute. I feel like these eyeshadows are the perfect amount of pigmented. Yay! I feel like that looks good. I'm gonna also bring a tiny bit of that along my lower lash line. And the older I get, the more I like to put eyeshadow on my lower lash line because I do have quite a few under eye wrinkles. And I find that putting eyeshadow like on my lower lash line kind of like masks that a little bit. I think I'm just gonna do one more shade, kind of just to deepen up the outer corner. This red shade, I think, and maybe mix it with that brown shade that I was using before so that it's not like such an intense difference. Just gonna grab them two shades and just add a little tiny bit more of definition. I will give it to these eyeshadows. They are really nice. Definitely are just as pigmented as any other eyeshadow that I have in my collection. They did have a couple of other different tones in this eyeshadow palette as well. I decided to go for more of the warmer colors just because I do have blue eyes, and warmer tones around blue eyes really makes blue eyes stand out. I will quickly swatch these shimmery shades for you. So there's 4 mattes and 2 shimmers, and these 2 shimmers look insane. Oh my god, yes. They are so pretty, and they're definitely shades that I would use as well. Like if I was doing this makeup to go out somewhere later tonight, I probably would incorporate a mixture of both of those. I think both of those colors mixed together would be really pretty. So final step for eyes is mascara, which if you have watched my previous Primark video, it was a Primark fashion haul. I did share with you guys that I picked up this mascara. This is called the False Lash Queen, and I think it was like £3, maybe even £2.50, but this is hands down by far the best mascara that I have ever used in my whole entire life. It makes my eyelashes look like I have fake lashes, which I actually did pick up a few individual lashes, but I don't think I'm gonna put them on today just because this mascara is literally that good. So I'm gonna quickly do one eye and then I will show you the comparison. So this is the comparison and what it looks like with like 2 coats, I want to say. I'm not normally the type of person to do a bunch of coats of mascara once it's dried. I kind of just like to put a bunch on while it's still like wet and while I can still mold it. But yeah, I'd say that this is probably about 2 coats. The difference is insane. There's not much else I can say about it really. It just gives the perfect amount of volume, of length, just everything. I'm just really obsessed with this mascara, okay? And the very last step of this entire makeup look and the very last product that we are trying from Primark today is their lip liner pencil in the shade Foxy Nude, which to me screams my perfect lip color, and I really hope that this is my new go-to because my current go-to is about to run out. So this is the color. Let's see. Oh, okay. Honestly, I think that is going to be a really good color for my skin tone and I'm really excited about it. I normally overdraw my top lip just the tiniest bit here to give it like a little bit more fullness. So hopefully you can see the difference in shape. It's just the slightest little, I don't know, help, little improvement, you know? So these are the lips all completed. In terms of the color, I really like it. I'm not a massive fan of super bright pink lips. I like something a little bit more neutral. I am not mad at that at all. It does suck that this is like a pencil sharpener one, but I mean, it is what it is. Most cheaper lip liners are pencil sharpener ones. So with all of that being said, this is the completed full face of Primark makeup. Let me take my headband off. So I just attempted to fix my hair by straightening it, but I'm not the biggest fan of my hair straight. I feel like it looks so flat. So ignore that. Ignore everything except for the makeup. So this is the completed makeup look. It feels so weird to sit down and say something like that. I have not filmed a makeup video in years. I don't know, it's like making me reminisce on the old days and think about how much I have grown and changed, not only as a person but in terms of my content. Like if you had told me 5, 6, 7 years ago when I was doing makeup in my bedroom at my parents' house that I would be sat here now living in the UK filming a full face of Primark makeup, there is not a chance in hell that I would have believed you at all. So yeah, I don't know, I've had so much fun hanging out with you guys today, just chatting shit, talking about makeup. I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I love you all very much and I will talk to you all in the next one. Mwah.